Step into the dark and chilling world of Hidden Shadows, The Unknown Killers, a groundbreaking true crime series that uncovers the stories of the most elusive and lesser-known serial killers from around the globe. These figures lurked in the shadows, evading the spotlight while committing heinous crimes that shocked and devastated communities. Each episode takes viewers on a gripping journey through the twisted minds of these obscure predators, exploring their backgrounds, motives, and methods.
Karla, Homolka, and Paul Bernardo, infamously known as the Ken and Barbie Killers, were a Canadian couple whose crimes shocked the nation in the early 1990s. Their seemingly perfect appearance masked a deadly partnership that led to the brutal torture, rape, and murder of 3 young women, including Karla's own sister. Paul Bernardo was born in 1964 in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, and had a troubled upbringing, facing abuse and growing into a violent personality with sadistic tendencies. By the time he met Karla Homolka in 1987, Bernardo had already begun assaulting women in his neighborhood, earning the nickname Scarborough Rapist. However, when he met Karla, they formed a dark bond that would escalate his violent behavior even further. Karla Homolka, born in 1970 in Port Credit, Ontario, had a more stable upbringing but was drawn to Bernardo's dominant and violent personality. Their relationship became marked by a twisted dynamic of control and submission. Over time, Bernardo coerced and manipulated Homolka into participating in his sadistic fantasies, solidifying their partnership in crime. Together, they began to plan and commit horrendous acts, targeting vulnerable young women. In December 1990, Bernardo expressed a desire to rape a virgin, and Homolka shockingly offered her younger sister, Tammy, as a victim. On Christmas Eve, they drugged Tammy with animal tranquilizers Homolka had stolen from her workplace, sexually assaulted her while she was unconscious, and filmed the entire incident. Tragically, Tammy died from the effects of the drugs, but the couple claimed it was an accident. This death would only be the beginning of their killing spree. Following Tammy's death, Bernardo and Homolka continued their violent acts, abducting and murdering 2 more young women, Leslie Mahaffey in 1991 and Kristen French in 1992. They tortured, sexually assaulted, and ultimately killed both girls, documenting their crimes on videotape. The couple took pleasure in their sadistic acts, and Bernardo particularly enjoyed dominating and degrading his victims. Their horrific crimes came to light in 1993 when police linked Bernardo's DNA to the Scarborough Rapist cases. A search of their home revealed tapes documenting the brutal assaults and murders, providing undeniable evidence of their involvement. Bernardo was convicted of multiple counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Homolka, however, received a 12-year sentence due to her plea deal, a move that sparked outrage across Canada as more evidence emerged revealing her active participation in the crime. She was released from prison in 2005, leading a largely quiet life afterward despite widespread public condemnation. The case of Karla Homolka and Paul Bernardo remains one of Canada's most notorious, remembered for its shocking brutality and the disturbing dynamics within their relationship. It led to significant changes in how plea deals are handled in Canadian law, and it continues to haunt the nation as a grim reminder of the horrors 2 seemingly ordinary individuals are capable of committing. The aftermath of the case left a significant mark on Canadian society, and it profoundly impacted the victims' families, who struggled to cope with the heinous nature of the crimes. The Mahaffey and French families have remained vocal about the impact of Bernardo and Homolka's actions, and they have been active in campaigns for victims' rights. They, along with many Canadians, were outraged by Homolka's plea deal, arguing that her portrayal as a manipulated victim didn't align with the evidence revealed on the tapes. The tapes showed her taking a willing and active role in the murders, creating a lasting public perception of her as equally culpable. Homolka's release in 2005 was met with widespread protest and fear among the public, as many believed she still posed a threat to society. She changed her name and relocated several times to escape the media's spotlight, and while she attempted to rebuild her life, she faced relentless scrutiny and backlash wherever she went. Her attempt to reintegrate has been fraught with controversy, especially when the public learned she had married and started a family, sparking renewed fears for the safety of her children and the community. The case also spurred important changes in Canadian law enforcement and criminal justice policies. The handling of Homolka's plea deal led to reforms, including stricter oversight of plea bargains in cases of severe crimes and greater emphasis on victim advocacy. Additionally, the publicity surrounding Bernardo's crimes prompted changes in DNA collection practices and improved methods for tracking repeat offenders, which have since become standard practices in Canadian law enforcement. Today, Paul Bernardo remains imprisoned, recently denied parole again in 2021, with his notoriety ensuring he will likely never be released. Karla Homolka lives under a shroud of infamy and is regularly tracked by media and public watchdogs. Their story continues to serve as a haunting reminder of the darker side of human relationships and the unforeseen risks posed by manipulative, violent partnerships. It has also left an enduring impact on the Canadian public, who remain vigilant against similar horrors, advocating for laws to protect future generations from those capable of such calculated cruelty.